Hi, in this video, I am going to show you the fastest way to scale your business online. I'm super excited about this because with the social media going as majorly as it's been going over the last few years, there is still so much growth. I mean, astronomical. And the things that you're going to be able to do online is going to literally blow you away. So if you're talking about wealth building and creating legacy and all these different things that you'll hear me speak about in my videos, the number one thing I wanted to do was to show you what I believe in this phase, in this industry, is what is the top fastest way to be able to generate wealth online. All right, you ready to get started? Okay, so we are in what we call the information stage. Okay, so you have different ages. I'll put age. You'll have different ages, if you will. So we went through the baby boomers, and usually the baby boomers dictate where we are. And so if you remember, we went through that huge health and wellness burst where all the baby boomers were hitting that point to which they were being more conscious about what they were putting into their body. Hence, so many health products began to just come from that, right? So what's happening now is, if you notice, there's a trend that's happening in the education world. And as the millennials are, moving up and going into young professional and going into the marketplace, many people are not wanting to buy into the 4 year sit in a classroom for 4 years and learn this skill before I can go and hope to find a job. Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, I have my PhD, so I'm not anti-education. However, I do think that if it is something that you're doing that requires it, engineer, doctor, things like that, a specific field that you want to become an expert in, and that is the route you choose to do that, and that is completely up to you. What I'm talking about here, so I want to focus in on, is the opportunity that exists in the education world. Okay, right now, because that school of thought is running so rapid in regard to traditional education or conventional learning versus online learning. Now, we hear people say it all the time. I learned that from YouTube University, right? I mean, this is what You're watching this video now. This is what people are doing to get like bite-sized nuggets, learn what they need to learn, apply what they need to apply, get the results, move on to the next. So this is the fast-paced wave that education has come to. And so with that, it has created a beautiful opportunity for entrepreneurs. Just a little bit about me. I come from a background of entrepreneurs. Both my parents were entrepreneurs. They were in the childcare industry and still is to this day. When I was maybe about 3 or 4 years old, we lived at the top of our home. My mother and father had about 6 bedrooms that they put together and redesigned as a family. I said they, but really we did it together. And they had a really good way of making us meaningfully involved. And because it was a child care, it made life a little bit more fun as well. So with that, we grew up in entrepreneurship. And what happens and what tends to happen right now is that you have usually the parents of the millennials who've been doing the same thing in business for years. I mean, they could literally do it with their eyes closed. This creates a phenomenal opportunity. What happens is that when you get to that place to where you're just ready to kind of transition, the passion is starting to dwindle, or just the passion to be there and that capacity is starting to dwindle, then what can happen if you're not careful is that you'll feel like you're trapped in this business, and then the business then becomes a job. And it sounds like an oxymoron, but it really is what happens for a lot of people. And so you're trying to really escape or create an exit strategy so that you can go and enjoy the fruits of your labor. And not just entrepreneurs, but there's leaders as well that have been climbing up the corporate ladder and achieved a good level of success. But many people don't know that they may do jewelry on the side. Many people don't know that they have an extensive amount of information in this particular area or skill set. This is what I want to talk to you about today. I want to talk about your expertise, and I want to show you the fastest way to be able to scale that online.